In this video, we're going to be catching and stalking rainbow trout in my pond. But it's not going to be easy because rainbow trout are extremely finicky. If you've watched my river videos, you'll know that catfish are extremely hardy. We literally throw them in a bucket with no water for like 2 hours and they survive when we release them into the pond. As for bluegill and bass, we go with something simple, like a cooler with some water in it and a little aerator, and they last forever. However, trout are a lot more finicky. So, step one of the process, we gotta build a giant live well to keep these fish alive to transport them to the pond. And heading that operation is my buddy Tate.
All right, we're trying to acquire the fish tank right now. The predicament is, this is the barrel. We found the barrel. We gotta figure out a way to close this gate because you can see it's not able to be closed without this here. Looks like a pretty good potential fish tank, so that's gonna be perfect. Good job, guys, good job, great job. Great job, a little to the left. Okay, that's perfect.
1, 2. For KG's pond.
There it is, we're loaded up.
Howdy.
Howdy. There it is.
Fish truck here?
It's here. I think it's gonna be ideal. I know fish like curved.
Especially trout being
Right?
weird.
So we might have to clean it out a little bit, rinse it out, but I think it's pretty cool. And it's even got a drain right here.
Oh yeah.
So you ain't gotta like turn it over and stuff?
So that is the tank right there. Pretty big, pretty round, but with trout, they're pretty finicky. So you need as much water as possible, I guess. It needs to be round corners, that way they don't bust their face open when they swim into the wall. But yeah, I guess we're gonna fill it up, clean it up, make sure it holds water, and then I gotta figure out the pump thing. And so then here we are, we got the thing here, everything's looking good. On the way down here, you've seen Fish and Wildlife with the same exact thing.
Yeah,
Calling something in water, unknown species.
Yeah.
But like I was saying in the intro, with catfish, you just like throw them in a bucket without water for like 2 hours and they're fine. With bluegill and bass, you put them in a little cooler with an aerator, and they're fine. But with trout, not necessarily the case. And we actually brought in a fish biologist with us today to make sure everything goes smoothly. So
I'm gonna be supervising y'all.
yeah, he's gonna be supervising.
Water has to be under 65 degrees.
No negotiables.
No negotiables. I won't allow it.
But yeah, we got this big thing. We need to modify it though, which means we got to get a pump, a bilge pump, so that we can run water in it. I think I got one of those over there in the pool pond accessory bin. And then also need a sawzall so that they can get to working on making a bigger hole where we can put fish in. How's that?
That's perfect.
See what you can do? You can go ahead and cut away.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna look for this pump thing. All right. I'll shake the pallet and you'll see what we got.
Oh! Looky there.
There's a catfish in there. That's like a pound. But yeah,
Dang.
isn't it crazy? This is not trout related, but it's pretty much every fish related. You have a body of water, one piece of structure. Every fish was in the structure.
Every single one of them.
That's why structure's so important. That's what we're doing with the pond with all the big rocks and stuff. But I'll give them.
There's a catfish right there.
Yeah, there's big ones too. Here's baby catfish. See those?
Oh yeah.
I bought a big net over there. I've not put it on yet. That I can drape over it so that I don't get all that stuff in it. Because that's what's going to mess it up. That's what's going to ruin it and make it all nasty and stuff. I'll give them their structure back. Then I'll look into the pool pond archives and see if we can find a pump, which we'll end up using for the pool pond later.
I just realized you just completely yanked their home out of the water. You repoed it.
I just completely smashed a fish under that too.
Oh, they're ready for it. Look, they're coming back.
And these plastic pallets, they are like the perfect little design because I was seeing pretty big bluegill just swim through the holes. Yeah,
People actually use this for fish structure in lakes.
and they're really good too. I use them in my pond, and I've not got to catch fish off of them yet because I did that in the fall. But look at all the fish; they're migrating straight back to structure. So, guys, if you have a little pond of your own, needing some structure for the fish, go cut a cedar tree, toss it in. That's a lot. Cedar trees are great. But yeah, now let me get into the archives. But down in here is where all the important stuff is. Here we got pipes. Here's a big pump. But water treatment stuff. Here's the tubes we're gonna need. And then I believe the pump we need is this right here. As long as I can pull out everything. Oh, I've even got it hooked up to a UV filter.
Dang.
But basically right now, you just suction this to the bottom. It's gonna, as long as it's plugged in, it's gonna suck water in and just pump it out wherever it needs to go. So if we hook this up to one of our big portable battery chargers, and then we can hook this tube up to somewhere just to where it circulates the water and good.
That's good to go.
All right, I think we're good then. Depending on how big the hole they make in the top, we're gonna need some way to get the fish out.
Right? That'd be
I'll
perfect.
keep this around. Go check in on them, see how they're doing.
All right, go ahead. You gonna give it a shot?
It's working.
Okay, there we are. All right, try to make it straight.
Okay.
Boys, what we got going on over here?
We got a door.
Hey, there we go.
About a half a shovel deep.
Really?
Is it? That's right.
Half a shovel deep?
Very close.
Oh gosh. I thought that is not just on the bottom.
Oh.
Well, boys, have fun with that. My objective, I'm gonna go find us a water hose. Hopping in the whip. I feel like everybody has a water hose, but apparently we have zero. I think what happened is this winter, I tried to like use it to water a dog or something, but it was frozen really like solid. And that, whenever they get really frozen, they just get brittle. So it just kind of broke and we just threw it away. But anyways, I'm heading down to the old DG. The quicker we can fix this tank, the quicker we can get out there and catch the trout. And the quicker we can catch the trout, gooder. All right, stay tuned. Oh no.
The forbidden sauce.
Oh no. Oh.
Oh! You done us dirty on this one. He done us dirty on this. Leaving us to clean this out.
Hey.
That's horrible.
Tell me.
Oh, oh. All right, rolling up. There is not a single car, so hopefully they're open, I guess. I ain't even gonna lock this bad boy. If they want it, they can have it. Oh, okay, there they are. There they are. We need the longest one. I got green, because that's my favorite color.
All right, so new plan. We're taking this and we're gonna point it that way. So soon we'll probably take that, get up there, spray it, open up this little valve, and
once we get this ready, then it's just up to us to catch the fish. In the meantime, I'm gonna be working on what I'm rigging up and what I'm taking. I'm taking a prototype of the KG trout and bluegill fishing kit. And I'll show you what's in it real quick. So this is what it's gonna be like, except they're gonna have a thing on the front with that QR code of a video of me showing you how to fish them. But we're gonna have 7 bobbers up here with different colors, just cause you know, different colors is awesome. We've got a bunch of colors and sizes of marabou jigs, a bunch of colors and sizes of jig heads, hooks that are this big. So that's kind of for like bigger bluegill. But then I know that a lot of bluegill and a lot of trout are small, so I also gave you small hooks. A bunch of split shots that are reusable. Then I believe we have 15 different grubs, 15 different tubes, various colors, 2 inline spinners, and then a little Jesus because it can't get any better than that. As for me starting, thinking I'm gonna go with a black jig head and then maybe start with that right there. We're going for trout today, so I really do think that that right there might be a killer setup. But we've got all kinds of stuff in this box so that if I do want to switch to live bait or a rooster tail or even a marabou jig, I have the option. That's why I built that kit. It's got everything you may need. Pull out the old fishing pole and go ahead and get started the best I can. All right, so I'm just gonna take this. I'm gonna tie a little improved clinch knot. Trout can see pretty good, so using straight braid, probably not the move. You probably want a leader or just use straight monofilament, which is the clear line. If you're using braid for trout, see if you can tie on a leader. Super simple. Just gonna thread it through the head, through the body, come out right about there, thread it up on the hook, bam. It looks really simple, and that's because it is. And honestly, I can catch a bluegill, bass, and even a really hungry catfish on this same little rig. It's hard to go wrong with something like this, so I'm excited to see how it works out, and I got on my little ultralight rod. That's pretty much what we're taking. We're not trying to go super hardcore, but this right here should be perfect for trout. And worst case scenario, I've got some pink dots, I've got some white dots, and I've even got really fake maggots, and I think we're taking a can of corn too. And all that put together, it should be a really good recipe to catch some bluegill or trout. So now I got my rod. Let me head out here and let's see how they're doing. Then we gotta figure out how to turn it into an actual live well. And trout are pretty finicky, so that's not gonna be easy. How is process going?
slow.
Is it?
It's very slow.
Oh, it smells good, don't it?
Yeah, we're not convinced this isn't like a human compost type thing.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll just keep putting water to it, I guess.
You want the fish? Does it look any better?
Not really. Well, I will say.
Zach is taking cover back there now.
It smells like plastic.
Oh, it's definitely cleaning. It's look. It's doing stuff.
Get in here, Aaron. We need you. Or something.
Good thing about it, I don't think there's any holes.
Look at here. Oh.
May ain't never seen the beat of such a project, have you? This is wild, I know that. It took a minute, but it's looking good now. It's looking real good now. Trout would have loved that, hopefully. Big improvement.
A lot of work. How long have we been doing this?
About an hour and a half.
A lot. But I think this thing's pretty expansive.
Yeah. Very capable. How many gallons, you know?
250, I think.
Moment of truth right here. This is when everything's coming together. We got it cleaned out. We're gonna fill it with water enough for it to go over the pump, and then we're gonna plug up the pump and see if it'll shoot it out like a volcano. And if it does, then we're ready to load up and go start catching some fish.
Nice little trap door on here.
Yeah, sponsor of the video, KendallGrayOutdoors.com will first link in the description. Use code VLOGTIPS for 10% off whatever you want.
Well, I can get 10% off?
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? I like the fanny packs.
They're good.
Still got those?
Oh yeah. All right, up to water, up to spec. Oh yeah, we're good. It's underwater, let's plug it in and we'll go. We'll turn the power on or just push the AC outlet. Right there.
Here.
Yeah. There we go. See what happens. Oh. Now how's that? Is the biologist in a meeting?
He's in a meeting, but I think he would approve of that.
All right. Now, assuming that we get the water level up even higher, probably can only go up from here, right?
Yeah.
Long time coming, feels like. I think we're finally ready to go fishing.
We're getting water out of this pond.
Yeah.
Put it in here, getting those trout, putting them in there.
Yeah.
What about the process of getting the trout into your pond water?
Huh.
Are we going to put those in a bag? And
Or hope for the best. Well, sometimes they do. They'll take water from my pond and kind of like 50-50,
That's what I was going to
50-50
say.
until they
so
figure it
gradually
out.
add water from your pond. Okay.
Yeah.
And we can take the little plug on the bottom and let some water out and add some of his pond water and continually just let some out, add some until it's his pond water.
You got these right here?
Yeah.
Are these the ones from Walmart?
And the little, whatever these are.
I don't know, but those look good.
Plus, I think James and Zach may have tied some flies.
Oh, I think that'd be sweet. I've actually got tied on a little black tube. A little tube jig thing?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that may do all right.
I think so. We got some intel yesterday. Did you tell them that?
I didn't.
So we were out here. There was a guy that caught like 40, he said. Some old dude out here with a towel just wearing them out. He caught 40.
He caught 5 or 6 while we was there.
Yeah, and he gave us some intel. So we know exactly where to go. And if these baits don't work, we can go pick up some of the baits he was using. So.
Hey, do we have bobbers?
Yeah, I got bobbers.
I was about to say, he had a little bobber. I think that bobber might have been the trick.
I think so. Keep it
Might have
suspended.
been. He had it suspended. When he worked that bobber, that bait, you know, like it gave one of those.
There you go.
You like that?
And the limit is 5 per person. We got 4 people, so we have potential to bring in 20 trout. And if it goes amazing, we may come back tomorrow. We'll see. Operation Stock Gary Pond for trout has initiated. James is checking out the prototype kit. What are you thinking first thoughts?
I love it. Look at these right here.
And it comes with a little Jesus in there.
Oh, look at there.
Yeah,
Take that.
that's pretty cool.
I love that.
That's
Look at it. This right here.
Now I'm talking trout, bluegill. If the bluegill are big enough,
Brother, if
That
this...
right there, I want to say this. That is the most versatile bait I think is made.
rooster tail. And
Yeah.
what I love to do with my kits is no matter what the kit, I want to throw something in there just in case. Because it never fails. Whenever you're bluegill fishing, you always see a 5-pound bass.
Yeah.
So I want to have something in there that can always catch a bass. And there's actually quite a few baits in there that can.
those tubes can destroy.
Those tubes.
Oh, those
I'll tell you
tubes. That's what I got tied on is one of those tubes. It can catch anything that swims.
what, these right here will catch just about anything.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little bit of everything in
That's a
here.
pretty versatile kit.
And they just mentioned the ones at Walmart.
The green bobbers,
the thing that makes me, I'm not mad at Walmart, but the people who put those kits together, they try to just get to where they say 300-piece fishing kit, but like 250 pieces aren't even good for fishing. I tried to make everything in that to where it's actually useful, and the right quantities to where you run out of everything in the box at the same time.
Those tubes are actually really nice too. The head,
oh yeah,
it's just a little bit harder. It'll hold on that hook real good.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
How many pieces is that one?
I'm not even sure how many pieces that one is, but
It's a lot of pieces.
it's got like 30 hooks of each size, and it's got what you need. We have arrived. Tell them fish to get out the way.
Get out the way. Now, what's the plan for getting water in here? That's number one.
I'm
right?
thinking probably 5-gallon bucket.
Let's make a line right here.
Maybe. This is the wildest. We'll make sure that's good, and then here we got our ice. You think we should go ahead and set those in?
Yeah, stick it in.
All right. Bust it.
Break the aerator. Okay.
All right, now we go water, and just fill that thing up.
Water it up.
Yeah, that's all we got, really.
I've got the Fishing with James
Oh, gosh.
trout kit.
All right, let's make a line here.
I like that. That's good. And then we're just gonna. Now we've done the math on it. We're only going to have to do this 125 times. Is that right?
I think so.
Not bad.
Brutal.
Yeah. So they're just getting water out of the pond, and we're putting it in there, and we're going to try our best. That's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to at least get 25% full. It's actually going pretty good. Right there's 15 gallons already. We just need to get to 125, and that's halfway, so. 3 buckets, we're already above the aerator. Yeah.
That's good.
Then after that, we got the ice in there. It'll be cooling the water down. Then it's just up to us to catch the trout. I think we can do it too. We got 4 people. Most of us know what we're doing. Update on our tank. I ain't gonna say it's clear water, but I am gonna say it's deep water.
Bucket number, I don't know, going in.
We're getting a pretty good amount of water in there now. It's about game time, just start cooking. My name is Kendall Gray, and I'm not wasting time. On my hook right here, we're gonna be going for some trout, and I just have one of the black tubes rigged up on a black jig head. I'm just gonna bounce it around. Real simple, here's the game plan. Obviously you can tweak it depending on how you think the fish are acting, but I'm just gonna throw it out, let it sink for a few seconds, depending on how deep I want it, and then I'm just gonna real slowly just twitch it and swim it back, and just pop my rod tip a little bit, or I can reel it steady. Sometimes with like the curly tail grubs, if you want to throw it out and reel it back steady, that lets the tail wiggle a bit. But you can always bounce it here and there, and it usually does pretty good. If something's around, there's a good chance they'll bite it. And with this, once you make a cast right there, if you didn't get a bite, go ahead and make a cast down the bank. And you pretty much work the marabou jigs the same way. You pretty much throw them back and reel them back one way or another, whether you're reeling it straight or you're bouncing it around. Sometimes bouncing around, sometimes just letting it kind of sink real slowly can work really good too. We're just throwing it around here and there and yonder, and that's pretty much how we do it. We're gonna see if we can get a trout or maybe even a bluegill right out here today. And when it comes down to which color you're choosing, you kind of want to go for, like, whenever you're using muddier water where you can't see very far, kind of like the brighter colors and darker colors, like the blacks and the pinks. But whenever it's really clear, you almost want to go with the clear baits, like the white, or even like the clear bait, like it's clear. And even the watermelon, the kind of see-through green. That way it looks more realistic, and sometimes smarter fish can actually see a difference. But a lot of times with bluegill and trout, color really doesn't matter that much. So that's one good thing about them. But for me, it's a little darker water, so I want to go with the darker bait. That way they can see it pretty good. And we're just going to pop this thing around here and there and see if we can't pull out a trout or something. Oh, I got one. No! Oh, brutal. He came off. All right, so now that I've got a bite, I'm just gonna throw right back in on it and let it sink to the bottom and see what happens right here. May get lucky and may get another one. We definitely got bit, just wasn't enough to get the hook in him. All right, James has got one over there. There we go, baby. First fish of the day. Let's go check in on it. That's a good trout. That's a really good
solid
trout. Our water is still circulating in here really good.
First one.
And he swam to the bottom. It's about as good as we can get.
Okay,
Close the top, grab the net, grab the bucket.
Bucket's over here.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Yep. There we go, trout number 1.
Perfect.
We'll get as many as we can, hopefully 20. And there we go. So
We're
far looking good.
That's the 5th bite I've gotten. Definitely, they're
had
over
trouble
there.
making them eat it.
Oh, Tate's got one. Tate's got one.
Tate's got one. Here we go. We may have started the feeding frenzy right here. Oh, James is on the move. James is on the move.
Let him get perfect. Swing him up. And in.
There you go.
And I'll leave that bucket of water there. That way we can do whatever we choose to do, whether we walk them back every single one or we make a trip every 5 minutes.
Yep.
He can probably do okay in that water for a while, can he? A minute or two?
You can go in there for a minute or two.
All right.
I worked it real slow on the bottom.
Okay, got it. Update. Tate is taking that one. I mean, the good thing about these trout is that any of them that don't quite make it is going in the frying pan, and that's okay. That is a-okay. He said he's working on the bottom. So just like we were doing, where he's hopping it around, we're just gonna let it sink a little bit more and get to the bottom. And that should be where maybe we can get some bites right here. Yep, oh, there we go. Got him. Fish on, baby. Just like we were wanting to do. And that worked pretty perfect. Oh, he's hooked pretty good, so I'm just gonna pull him on up and walk him on over. Really nice rainbow trout, and we can release him, eat him, whatever we're doing, and take the hook out, and there we go. All right, my fish going in. It's 3 fish total, that ain't bad. We're doing good. And they've all came right here, so maybe we just started a little feeding frenzy. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We're doing pretty well.
Yeah. I think we'll limit out if we keep with it.
One good thing about artificial is that if they're biting really good, you don't have to change baits as often because it's fake and it doesn't really go away like a worm would. Although a worm is super good. There's a good one. There we go. Another one on this. Perfect. And if it was a bluegill, it'd be pretty much the same way. I might be messing with this guy a little bit too much, but I want to keep him in the best shape possible until I can get to the bucket. Yeah. I should keep pressure on him, that way he can't spit the hook. I'm bringing him in straight towards your rod. Take with the net job, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Bam, there we go. There we go, baby. That's a big old trout too. Perfect. And I think I'm gonna switch baits too. I think I'm gonna try the little rooster tail in the kit. Unhook him and get him in there. Come on, just unhook yourself, you're good? Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Nice. I think we're doing pretty good. But now let me pull out the prototype kit and we're gonna try something different. I'm gonna switch over to this, which is a little inline spinner. Untelling what I may catch with this. And since I honestly really like this bait and it's caught me 2 trout, I'm gonna leave it together and I'm just gonna put it somewhere like that. That way if I want that exact combination, it's already ready for me. But now for this inline spinner, I'm just gonna tie a really basic fishing knot. Let's go throw around this inline spinner and see if we can catch some. So with the inline spinner, you wanna throw it out, and this time you do wanna have a constant retrieve, meaning you reel it back. Throw it out and reel it back. Since it has a treble hook, you don't want to bounce it on the bottom or it'll just get hung up and stuff. And plus, if you look real closely, you'll see that as I reel it in, that blade spins around. And that's what makes the bait work the way it does. If you're not reeling the bait, then it's not going to be spinning the way it's meant to. And there's a really good chance you'll get hung up where it has so many hooks on it. So throw it out and reel it back. You can reel it as slow as the blades will spin. The slower you can reel it with the blade still spinning, I'd say is about as good as you can get. I'm switching away from the rooster tail. Gave it a shot, got some good bites, but not exactly what. Well, no catches, and that's what we're wanting. I'm going with a marabou jig, which is the furry ones. Man, and I think I'm going with the lime green. Now, with each of these colors, you're gonna have two different sizes. One of them is double the other, so it's how fast you want it to sink. I'm going with the lighter weight. I think we may kill them right here. Or I know we got a chance to. Stay tuned. We're on the road to 20. I've got 2, I can catch 3 more. And if we can, then, I mean, our pond's gonna be in good shape for trout. Oh, they're getting the net. They're getting the net. Oh, he got a big one. He said he got a big one. If they can get it in, we'll be taking that bad boy straight to the pond. And then with the aeration, here, I think they're coming. I think they're coming. I'm just gonna switch over. Oh, son. They got a big one. Bring him on. Oh my God.
He's a giant. I'm gonna get him in there real quick.
Yeah, get him in there. Dude, that's a...
That's a big one, son.
Let me check the... Oh, it's ice cold. We're good. Check this, what I'm about to tie on.
Well, I think that's perfect.
I think that might do it.
I think that'll do it.
It might be
sure.
pretty good. See what this baby can do. Nice.
Daddy, I know you do the same thing.
See what we can do right here.
There was biting right here at the bank.
My one just about to take the rod out of my hand.
Oh, had a bite right there.
Thanks. Perfect. Cool. How many is that for you? 3? We own them. Go.
All right, guys, I think we got about 10. I think we're gonna head on, get a chicken strip basket, then dump them in the pond, and then we'll see how it goes there. We may end up hitting up a new spot too. Now for the transportation.
Yeah, probably the most delicate part.
Probably.
Transfer them to the pond.
Yeah, and getting them in there without messing something up. Stay tuned. All right, we're on the move. And James just had a consideration.
The consideration is the drive-through up here is at like a 45-degree slope. Is that going to be a problem for our dudes back here?
I don't think so.
I think we'll be all right. We'll take it easy. That's how much water we're working with. So honestly, about 40%. That's a lot of water. And I did clean off the pump, and we're good.
Cool.
Intake. So we're pumping again. Next step, Dairy Queen, and then we'll worry about the fish later. Priorities here. Yeah, buddy. The Dairy Queen, Big Texas, huh?
We made it. Texas stop sign.
A little bit of a hill. I think we're good though. Oh yeah, we're good.
We good.
We're good.
We good.
What we getting here? 3 chicken strip baskets?
Oh yeah, I want the sauce and toast.
I think I'm gonna go with a good chicken strip basket too. What's that?
Touchy Sprite.
All right, there we go. Sprite.
It's a shame that we're about to eat this and not wash our hands, you know what?
Oh, it's
Oh no.
It's a trash.
crying shame.
Crying
Crying shame.
Okay, we made it to Gary Pond. Yeah, right in here should be a good spot.
Right.
Unfortunately, we got the dock and it's hanging on top of us, but that's okay. We'll slowly but surely get some water and start introducing into this to make sure we acclimate this temperature in it.
How many buckets do you think we need inside that? Probably start out with a couple buckets, 2 or 3.
Start out with a couple, because probably you can't do it all at once, because it'll shock them.
Thank you. Okay. So maybe 2 or 3 buckets, and then wait maybe 10-15 minutes, give 3 or 4 more buckets.
And then just,
Yeah,
gradually
just
increase it.
So if y'all have seen my other acclimation videos where we've stocked fish in here, you if you're taking them from one water and putting them in another water, you want to make sure they get slowly acclimated, because James was saying, like, the temperature's different, we know, but also the pH and maybe even some other statistic or something like that. Anyways, the water in here is different. If you do all at once, if you just throw them in there, it could shock them. Catfish, not necessarily. Catfish are super tough, but we already know that trout are delicate, so they're a little finicky. You need as much help as you can give them, so slowly acclimating the water is a good thing to do. And like I was saying with the oxygen thing, that big fountain should help the oxygen overall, as well as it being really deep.
You know what?
Over here. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
You're good.
Destroyed you.
You gonna do a third bucket? And then time to eat some Dairy Queen. All right, let's see what we got. Maybe you figure out
you
mine.
can have that one.
All right. We ended up all getting pretty much the same thing, and they did not give us gravy.
They never do.
They gave us What is it?
Can we just drop L's? Can we drop a L for them?
We said we want gravy,
Here.
not mayonnaise. We're gonna need forks to dive into this. Dairy Queen, we was really excited. But the fact that we didn't get gravy, we did get 6 tenders, so that's okay.
Counts for something.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you a bite. They are covered in barbecue sauce. I will give them that. Well, boys, we're gonna go in and eat some of this, and then here in a few minutes, we'll be moving some more water over, and then before we know it, we'll be putting the fish in here and maybe going to new pond. All right, guys, I think we're gonna put them in.
That's great. All right,
Release the valve. Oh, that's where it's at. That is cool.
And here's what we can do.
The valve is nice.
Just in case. Or that's true.
This can be for us to like transport some if we want to, or we can toss them in.
How cold is that?
It's cold. Temperature was not a worry.
That's good.
Temperature is not a worry. We're good.
If a trout pops out, James will get it.
I'll
Actually, it'll
dive
probably
on
just swim on down, honestly.
Look if we go right into the pond.
Whenever they do the fish trucks, they just put a big tube. Hey, James, will trout eat pellets? Like if they
yeah.
figure out a feeder?
They'll eat pellets.
Okay, that's good. We'll give
That's
them
what they feed them at the hatchery. They're
That's
already
right.
used to it.
Oh, that is true. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Used to it.
All right, it's starting to become visible here. You can see them going around. Probably just a little bit more water, and we should be able to net them.
Oh, baby.
How easy that was.
That was good. First trout going in. How's that for a thumbnail? I'm just gonna kind of drop him on here. All right, well, he done it himself, but we might be able to scoot him over to you. Good?
Yep.
Okay.
You can put it in the bucket or just...
Yeah, you can put it in the bucket. If you want, we'll take two at a time or something. You know, it being dirty water might actually be to our advantage. Because they can't see us to get away with that.
True. Oh, I have one. Dang it. Yes, it is. There we go. Bro, I feel like a professional or something here doing this.
That's what I was about to say. If YouTube takes a turn, then we can just...
Hatch
we know
some
what
fish.
we're going to do. There's a big one right here, corner. Oh, big one. Maybe
I got
two.
multiple.
Oh, yeah.
Three. I got three.
Four.
Four.
How many did we catch?
Look at
Oh
that.
my
Or there's that
gosh.
big one I caught.
That's the big one.
Yeah, that's the giant. Do we
That's
just want to
good.
take this down here?
We can, yeah.
Okay.
Let's grab that in the bucket and let's walk them right down to... Over here's clear herb water. Let's see how we do this.
Here we go.
Dude, that's doing good. They're big chilling.
There
They
you go.
swim off
Look at this.
perfectly.
Look at
Those
that.
are probably the healthiest. Super healthy.
This is pretty cool.
Okay, you ready?
We're ready. And there they go.
Bro, how's it feel to have some rainbow trout in your pond? That's
This
cool.
is a very multi-species pond. We got all kinds of stuff here.
These trout, I don't think could have done better straight from the hatchery. I mean, they are active. They're ready
They're
to go.
extremely healthy.
They were just swimming in a pond a little while ago, and now they're in their new home.
I think we've acclimated them really good too. I guess that'll really come down to waiting a day or two and seeing what happens, but I think we're doing pretty good.
I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty fun getting these out of here too.
Here you go. Get ready to just hit the corner. There's one in the corner,
Three.
You got 3?
I'm a pro, bro.
Did you get 3?
I did. I'm a pro.
Dang. I see 2 more in here.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about this tank, but it seems like they want to be in these front corners. Maybe because it's deeper.
Yeah.
So maybe that actually plays to our advantage with this lid. So we caught 12 total.
12 total.
All right. So we still got 8 we can get.
Right.
We can do that.
This is cool.
This is really cool.
I just think it's awesome to have trout in there. And the way we took our time and acclimate them, I truly think they're gonna be
I
they're
do
gonna
too.
survive at least until it gets really hot. At least.
And honestly, I mean,
And maybe even further.
and we'll see what happens with that. They're definitely not going to be able to spawn because they gotta have pretty moving water to spawn. So
Like current.
well, yeah, they gotta have current. So we can't really plan on them spawning, but we can plan on them hopefully surviving.
Don't tap the glass of the fish tank.
He goes, got him.
Got it.
There we
All
go.
trout have been acquired.
There we go, dude.
Okay.
We're good at this.
Let's go. This is fun.
As I'm just holding the camera.
I'm really good at
Well, James, go let those go. I'm gonna walk down here and I'm gonna Well, if one of us wants to stand up here, we will get a few buckets of that and go ahead and let that water be acclimating for the next little things we go get.
All right, here we go. Got a few more trout. Chill out, guys. Y'all are here. Y'all are here. Look at that. There they go. Perfect.
All right, there we go. That makes us a total of 12 trout in Gary Pond. Let's see if we can get through these next 8. Give us 20. All right, we have arrived at the lake. We will see if...
Be a bad time to see if John's brakes work now, wouldn't it?
But we're not alone.
We're not alone. No, we're not. All right, we got our little random lake out here. We'll see if we can't get something going. We didn't really get to go to where we wanted to, but there's apparently supposed to be trout in here, so we'll be the judge of that.
Yeah.
Let's get to fishing. I think I am starting off with the inline spinner. We're gonna throw this thing around and see what we may be able to get on. There's a good KFC box. It's good. Fish love them. I'll go ahead and get the first cast out of the way and see if we can't pull something out. So there is 2 access points on this entire lake. So it's either here or there. Somewhere they dumped out 3,000 trout. What I'm seeing is that there's a lot of places that the trout could go that we cannot cast to. All right, guys, so we got a little bit of a developing story. So Tate screenshotted the stockings of where they're stocking, and he accidentally put a little red line, because when you screenshot, it's kind of hard to, sometimes you just put random things there. He put a little red line and sent it to me, and the red line just happened to be beside this lake. So I was like, yeah, we can go there. That sounds good to me. And so then he said, all right, we can do that. So I thought he wanted to come here. He thought I wanted to come here because he accidentally put a red line.
I've never even heard of this place.
I've been here once, but I was like, yeah, we can go there. That's okay. Anyways, we didn't catch any fish. So we got 12 trout in the pond.